Happy New Year, everyone. Like all of you, I've been reminiscing about 2024. And you cannot reminisce about 2024 without talking about Chappell Roan. And specifically her breakout song, Good Luck Babe. This song was released as a single outside of her debut album. And this is a song that really convinced me that there was more to her and a lot of her themes. The overarching theme of the song is about her and her relationship, reminiscing about a relationship she had with a woman who now has moved on and is with a man, and kind of moving on and telling her, good luck with the life that you have made. I don't think it's going to work out for you. I don't think you're going to be happy, because she knows her fairly well and she knows that she is repressing her identity and who she is. And I think that's the part that makes me very interested in the song, the repression and the self-actualization part of the song. In the song, she goes again and again saying how she knows that her behavior of the person that she's reminiscing about is just an expression of her like repression of her sexual identity, and she's acting out in very unhealthy behaviors, going out, hooking up with men, drinking, and ultimately breaking up with Chappell herself. The part that hits home the most is probably when she's talking about the present day, that this woman has moved on and she now has a husband. She has moved on and she wakes up in the middle of the night realizing and getting these like almost these kind of nightmare effects of like, oh, what have I done? What am I doing? This is not the life that I wanted for myself. This song specifically deals with those who are repressing their like sexual identity, especially in the queer community. Like all music and art, it could be a broad example also for a lot of other things in our lives that we are repressing. One of the most popular therapy books have in the last decade or so has been called The Body Keeps a Score, which talks about the effects of trauma on our physical, mental, and like emotional health. I won't get into too much, but the broad gist of it all is if we do not deal with our repressions or cognitive dissidence or with our trauma processing, it's going to come in physical and emotional forms, and it can affect ourselves in chronic ways, either sickness, illness, anxiety, sleeping, depression, and even more interestingly enough, like in our relationships with others. And I find this to be true. I find that, especially in my life, the moments where I've been the most unhappy and destabilized in my life has been when I wasn't living either my true life or I wasn't dealing with those issues that were obviously bubbling under the surface, right? In 2024, I was dealing with a lot of things, a lot of changes, and trying to figure out what I wanted in life. And it didn't take till one night where, in a very parallel way, I woke up in the middle of the night, like Chappell's song, and I knew something was wrong. I knew that I couldn't live this life anymore. I couldn't live the life I was living anymore. I had to do something different. I had to make a change. It wasn't an immediate process. It took a couple of months for me to figure that out. Once I was able to pinpoint what was off or the cognitive dissidence in my life, I was able to make like changes pretty quickly. But I've decided like I have to make some changes in my life and most likely leave where I live and go do something different. And that's something scary. That's something, very difficult to move on from your community and friends and family. I cannot live months down the road, even years down the road, knowing that I should have made this change a long time ago, because I can't have that voice, Chappell's voice of "I told you so" in my mind. I hate to say, but I tell you so. Other than when I sing the song at karaoke, of course. And it takes a time. It takes energy. It takes like mental work to sit down and really figure out what is what's the thing that I am running away from? What's the thing that I am scared of? And where in my life am I like repressing, or like what aspects of myself am I like pushing down or accommodating for others in my community or in my friendships or my family? And find a way to express those things in a healthy manner. You're ultimately going to be happier. There's no doubt about it. Otherwise, you're going to start participating in bad behavior and unhealthy behavior, or anxiety, depression are going to like happen eventually in your life. It's inevitable. It's something you're just pushing off, and it's happened to be multiple times already. I don't know. I think that's the biggest tragedy. We do, not to be cliche, we do have only one life, but it's very true. So if you're not living the life you want, it's usually because you're not facing or dealing with the things that's the scary thing in your life. That can be a change in a romantic sense, that could be a change in career, in environment, in religion, in belief. And change is scary. It's very scary, but also it's exciting at the same time. And I think that's what you want. My friend told me, I think you have to be a little scared, a little nervous, but excited at the same time. That's probably a good sign that you're making the right choice. But I do suggest taking time to think about, am I where I want to be? Am I living to my potential? I think that's something we should be constantly asking ourselves in different areas of our life, right? Well, hope you enjoy, and I'll talk to you later.